What it do, fam? Thank you all so much for being here. Welcome back to my channel where we make picks and give out free picks all day so we can try to make a little extra cash. I really appreciate you all for being here today. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. Let's help share this community, share these picks. And let's get right back into a recap of yesterday's picks. We're going to start off. We took the Nationals for the over 7.5 in that game. They ended up covering. That game went 7-5. Next, we have the Giants game. We ended up taking a -1.5 points on that game. I mean, unfortunately, they ended up winning, but they only won by 1 point. So that was another game that we only lost by a half a point. Maybe we should have took the money line. All right, then we have the Dodgers game. We took the money line in the Dodgers game, and they ended up winning 4-0. Okay, also in the Dodgers game, we took the over 7.5 on that game. But again, they only scored 4-0. So that was another L for that day. Then we finished up with the Indians game with a -1.5 points. They ended up covering 10-6. So they gave us a 3-2 record on the day. Let's go ahead and take that and, build into the next one. Let's go ahead to our new picks for today. All right, so the first pick for today was going to be the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Baltimore Orioles. Now, the Baltimore Orioles just stopped the 19-game losing streak against the Angels, which I kind of felt like I knew that was going to happen. Cool. But the Tampa Bay Rays are a different team than the Angels. The Tampa Bay Rays are one of the best teams in the league. I don't believe that, the Rays just beat the Angels 2 times and they're going to go right around and beat the Rays. The Rays are a much better team. So with that being said, we're going to take the Rays today at a -1.5 points to cover over the Baltimore Orioles. I know the Baltimore Orioles are at home and they just won back-to-back games, but the Tampa Bay Rays are just a much better team, and I feel like they should win today with no problem. So in the next game we're going to go to the Diamondbacks at the Phillies. Now, the Phillies have been a pretty good team as of late, a pretty good team all year. Now, the opposite can be said for the Diamondbacks. They have one of the worst records in the league. On top of that, they have one of the worst away records in the league as well. So right now, they're going to be on the road today against the Phillies. And right now, they have the spread sitting at 1.5 points. So we're going to take the Phillies -1.5 points today against the Diamondbacks at home. We expect that game to maybe be over pretty early if the Phillies go ahead and take care of their business. Now, for our third game of the day, for our spread and the outright win, we're going to pick the Brewers and the Twins. Again, it's another one of those games where it's one of the best teams versus one of the worst teams. The Brewers have been torching it all year, one of the best teams in the league on the road or at home. Vice versa with the Twins. They have pretty decent games on the road and a better record at home. But in the same sense, I don't believe the Brewers should lose to these guys. The Brewers are a much better team. I feel like they're superior. So we're going to take the spread at the Brewers, -1.5 points against, the Twins. So we expect them to cover today with that. Again, we're going to take the Brewers, -1.5 points today against the Twins. I feel like that game should be over early, but we never know how long it should take to be over, but we expect that team to win. Now, with our 2 over and under picks, we're going to go with the first game. It's going to be the Yankees versus the Athletics. Now, both teams can score a lot of points, and both teams have the ability to produce pretty good defenses. Now, with that being said, they have the game right now sitting at 7.5 points for the over-under. And y'all know how I feel when I see that. So we're going to smash that. 7.5, we're going to take the over on this game. The 7.5 points over in the Yankees and the Athletics game today. And then on the last game of the day, we're going to do for our last over-under pick is going to be the Chicago Cubs versus the Chicago White Sox. Now, basically, these both teams are both at home. It's in Chicago. I know they're 2 different, whatever. It's still both in Chicago. We don't expect this game to be a low-scoring game at all. We expect these teams to kind of pour it on. These teams both, especially the White Sox, have an opportunity, have the ability to score 10 or more points every game. So right now, again, so now that game is sitting at a 9. So we're going to take the over 9 in that game for the Chicago Cubs versus the Chicago White Sox, over 9 in that game. Thank you all so much for being here. That's going to do it for our picks for today. I really appreciate you all for being here again. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you help share our channel. Make sure you follow me on all my other platforms, my TikTok, my Instagram as well. All right. And as always, y'all be easy.